Beep, beep, beep. Hello, peeps. How you doing? Right, what we got today? I am very pleased with what I have today. Buy me a coffee, usual stuff. Yep. Subscribe, share, subscribe and share. Important, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. I wish I had more subscribers. It's sad that I don't, isn't it? Useless. Talking of useless, let's talk about Humza Useless, who is the twit that flags us about pretending he's leading Scotland. He's falling off scooters, bothering me. And he always he's looking a bit lardy, isn't he? He's got a big girl. Humza Yusuf, right? So we've got the utterly marvellous Neil Hanvey MP, who is the MP for Kirkcaldy and Cowdenbeath constituency, right? Has written a fantastic letter on the 8th of January to Humza Useless, right? I could just about try to get by on his scooter. Letter, Humza, thanks. Right, a brilliant letter about the proposed act in Scotland to ban conversion therapy, which is actually an act that embeds and solidifies gay conversion therapy as something that's okay. That's what it is, right? So Neil's written, in his words, pursuant to your announced consultation. Don't you just love legalese? Thanks, Neil. So Neil says here, the safeguarding risks of so-called ban on conversion therapy and related matters. That's the heading of the letter that he has written to Humza Useless, right? Okay. I'll put the tweet, so you can, if you want to read it after, I'll put the tweet. So we'll go through it, but I'll put the tweet from Neil so you can read it. I am writing to you pursuant to your announced consultation in the new year on proposed legislation for a so-called ban on conversion practices and the dangers and risks any such proposal presents to young lesbian, gay, and bisexual people. Right, focusing there on the LGBT, on the LGB, rather than the LGBTQ, hands, knees, and bump to daisy people. Okay, legislation is supposed to fix a problem, not create a new one. That's a great line. That's a great line, Arneil. Right. There is little to no evidence that conversion practices occurring in Scotland beyond the emerging scandal of medical and surgical conversion of vulnerable young LGB people, not children, because of governmental enthusiasm for policies driven by gender ideology, right? So I'm going to be talking about conversion therapy. So I'm going to ask you once again, good peeps and good watchers of the YouTubes and the Tinterwebs, Jesterites all, of Planned Parenthood put a notice under this. Is it Planned Parenthood? I forget who it is. It's one of these nut job US places going, conversion therapy, and then it's not Planned Parenthood. I can never remember who it is. The Trevor Project. Is that what it is? You tell me, right? See if they've done it again. Have they picked it up? It's like I'm trolling them, right? What little evidence there is described in qualitative literature review conducted by Coventry University and submitted to the UK government. This has been criticised by important rights organisations, Sex Matters and the Gay Men's Network, for its narrow historical scope and its lack of relevance to the constituent countries of the UK, given 85% of the data reviewed relate to practices out with the United Kingdom. Furthermore, it is well understood in academia that a qualitative literature review of such limited scope is in no way generalisable or transferable to general populations. Its purpose is to analyse and narrowly describe a phenomenon or develop related themes for detailed exploration using substantial primary research methodologies at some later date. In short, it is insufficient to qualify as evidence for legislative decision making. So what they're backing their legislation where they're going to make trans and the gay away the thing to do is that they're using what Neil's saying. They're using research, which is really research designed to open a doorway to more research, and they're saying that's the done deal. Right, that's the done deal. This is wholly ideological. They know that, mind. They know the research in there. They know that this research is the kind of thing that you would do to open the door to more hypotheses. They know that, and they're still going ahead with it. It's purely ideological. They are transing the gay away at a state level in Scotland. See what it is yet, you stupid, gay, Vichy, TQ supporting nut jobs? Do you? Do you see what it is yet, my erstwhile old friends? Neil continues. In addition to this, gender identity-driven conversion practices are very poorly understood, as there is scant existing data and no longitudinal quantitative assessment of such practices, its outcomes, regret and desisting rates. or long-term physical and psychological sequelae, i.e. there is no evidence for gender identity or trans or any of that. There isn't any, right? Other than people going, I'm trans. I'm trans. I'm trans. I'm trans. I'm trans and so's my wife. Outrageous. However, an increasing number of cases are emerging where young people who have been denied comprehensive information and psychological care have gone on to desist from gender reassignment, and that's a growing number every day. These young people, commonly known as detransitioners, have set out disturbing testimony contained in the Sex Matters policy proposal for legislation for a true ban on these modern gay conversion practices. The document cites several young people who were rapidly affirmed to accept the lie that they were born in the wrong body. Yeah, as I always say, if you're born in the wrong body, where's the other one? With one young gender non-conforming GNC gay man recounting that he was given an ultimatum to accept gender reassignment surgery. He goes on to say, as soon as I was conscious, I knew I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. My sex has been lobotomized. All of these young people describe in vivid and disturbing detail the many failings and gaps in the care they received that led them down a path which resulted in devastating and irreversible damage to their physical and mental health. At its core, gender ideology is deeply homophobic and misogynistic and is utterly rejected by many LGBT and transsexual people across Scotland and the wider world. The not-for-profit organisation, the Gay Men's Network, was specifically established to fight modern homophobia in all its forms and to advocate for the rights of homosexual males. In their recent response to the House of Lords Private Members Bill introduced by Lady Burt, they have raised serious concerns that such legislation will result in very real harm to young homosexuals, however unintended that may be. The bill you are consulting on will undoubtedly exacerbate the extant modern conversion therapy scandal affecting vulnerable gender non-conforming young people and others struggling with normal yet distressing pubertal body dysmorphia. Furthermore, it risks embedding in statute the lie that gender non-conforming behaviour is evidence that some of these young people were born in the wrong body, and the normal development of puberty should be arrested with chemicals, something that can never be restarted or repaired, and that trauma and emotional distress can be fixed with cross-sex hormones and irreversible radical surgical interventions by affirming them onto an accelerated and irreversible pathway which amounts to a policy of transing the gay away. This is wrong. The letter goes on. It's much more explanatory. Please do go and see the letter. You can see the link in my bio to Neil's Twitter. My thanks to Neil for this, a very straightforward and excoriating letter. They're not going to listen, Neil. It's ideological. There's somebody at the back of this who can't stand gays. It's homophobia, plain and simple. Who is it? What's going on? Who's backing it? The SNP. Not fit for purpose. So we're going to end up with Labour and the SNP. We're so screwed. Right, I'll see you later, all right, folks? Go and have a read. Neil, you star. See you later.